spirit, matter is ever changing and perishing. Spirit, changeless and eternal. We are a combination of both body, mind, intellect, or our equipments needed to transact in the world. Even when we are talking, even an ordinary man says, my body, my mind, my intellect. Then it should occur to that ordinary man, when I say my body, my mind, my intellect, who am I? Because what is mine cannot be me. I am different from my possessions. My body, my mind, my intellect, who am I? The body changes, the mind changes, the intellect changes, and all challenges belong to the body, mind, intellect. You who supports their activities, the subject that sees all the changes in them, you are eternal and changeless. So Vedanta says, know this being that you are and try to transact in the world outside with your equipments, all subject to becoming. When you do that, you experience the security and happiness of the real being and enjoy your transactional roles. So for us to locate this subject, the seer, to detach from the scene, is called meditation. So the sixth chapter gives the basics of meditation. Seventh, eighth, ninth are all on meditation. 10th and 11th are also on meditation. In the 10th chapter, we have been given guidance how to locate him in and through the changing phenomena. In the 11th chapter, Krishna will tell us how to see all things in him. This is the scientific process of analysis and synthesis. 10th chapter is analysis, 11th chapter is synthesis. So the 10th chapter, Bhagavan started the discourse on the quest from Arjuna. You could see from the way Arjuna now talks to Bhagavan, there is a total change of his attitude towards Bhagavan. Earlier, he was skeptic. He was not willing to accept Bhagavan himself totally. Right now, he has completely accepted Bhagavan as Bhagavan and asks Bhagavan even questions in total surrender and devotion. So Arjuna asks, Bhagavan, I now accept Param Brahma, you are that supreme Brahman. Param Dhama, you are that supreme abode, goal. Pavitram, the purifier. Paramam Bhavan, you are the Supreme. Purusham Shashvatam, the eternal Purusha, the one who dwells in all names and forms. Shashvatam, the eternal. Divyam, lustrous, divine. Adi Devam, the one who is the very origin of all the Devas. Vibhum, the omniscient, the omnipresent. I now accept you as that. I no more am deluded. You are my friend, Krishna, my maternal uncle. And he says, you have said several things about you. And the rishis also said, Ahu Tvam Rishayaha Sarve Devarshi Naradathatha Asito Devalo Vyasaha Swayam Cheva Bravishine. All the rishis have said this, and you yourself said that you are Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram, Paramam. I accept all that, he says now. Sarvam Yeta Drutam Manye, whatever you said, I feel they're all true. Drutam is true. Yenmam Vadase Keshava, whatever you have said, whatever you are telling, they're all true. Nahite Bhagavan Vyaktim Viduhu Devaha na Danavaha. The Devas or the Danavas, Rakshasas cannot know you because you are the subject. All others are objects. You are the seer. All others are seeing. You are the substratum. You are the origin. All others are your modifications. Therefore, they cannot see you. And now I want to know you, and you yourselves, I should know you. How will I know you without my able to see you? And you are not telling, so you have to tell me. Vaktum arhasi aseshena divyahi atma vibhutayaha yabihi vibhutibihi lokan imam tum yapya tishtasi. You please tell me aseshena, without keeping anything not revealed, totally, divya, the divine, atma vibhutayaha, your glories. Yabihi, through which, vibhutibihi, through these glories of yours, lokan, imams, tvam vyapya, you having pervaded all these worlds, means fields of experiences too, all names and forms, yet you are beyond them. You exist beyond them. You are the very substance in them, yet beyond them. So, how am I to know you? Katham vidyamaham yogin tvam sada parichintayan. Keshu keshu cha bhaveshu chintayosmi bhagavan maya. You have said in the 9th chapter, Ananya Chintayanto Mam, Ye Janaha Paryupasati, Tesham Nityabhiyuktanam, Yogakshemam Bhamyam. You have said that whoever he be, he thinks about me continuously, without any other thought. I shall take care of them. Now, to think about you continuously in the transactional life, I need to know how to see you in all the transactional life. Katham vidyam aham yogim tvam Sada parichintayan. Continuously thinking about you. How shall I know you? Keshu cha bhaveshu. In whatever modes, in whatever ways you should be thought about. Chintayosi, Bhagavan Maya. I should be thought about. How should I contemplate on you? How should I think about you? Kindly tell me that. Vistarenam atmano yogam vibhutim cha janardana bhuyaha katayatrutirki srunvato nasti me amrutam. These immortal words of yours, as much as we listen, we're never satisfied because we are not used to this type of experience. All our experiences have been finite. Your experience is something beyond the finite. I am not able to say enough because it takes us to a different dimension altogether. From the finite to the infinite. From sorrow-filled experiences to blissful experiences. And therefore, kindly tell us all about you so that I feel I got completely and I'm satisfied. Hantame katayishyami divya hyatma vibhutayah pradhanyatah kurukshetra na asti antaha vistarasya me. How can anybody describe all the waves and bubbles which were there in the past, which are there now, which shall be manifesting in future? How shall anybody describe? How shall anybody describe the various ornaments of gold which were there in the past, which are there in the present, which shall be there in future? It is not possible. Therefore, Bhagavan says, I have several trillions and trillions of forms. You are asking me in what all I should see you. I will not be able to tell you. Therefore, I shall tell you what are enough for you or important for you to contemplate. Hanta, alas, Katayishyam, I shall tell you, Divya ahi atma vibhuteha, my divine glories, I shall tell you, pradhanyataha, essential, prominent, kurushrestha, na asti antaha vistarasyame, because there is no end to my expansion. There is no limit for all the details. So I shall tell you certain things, important things, where you can easily recognize me. Bhagavan alone is the entire world, the good, the bad, the ugly. But in the ugly, in the bad, we cannot feel the divinity. We can feel the divinity only in the good. Therefore, Bhagavan gives all details about the divine expressions of him. Well, because he has said all I am, just one or two negative things also he will say, that we will see when we come to that. But mostly he makes us see him in all sattvic expressions, because though he is sattva, rajas and tamas, It's easy to see him in Sattva. Aditya Namaham Vishnu. Amongst the Adityas, I am Vishnu. There are 12 Adityas. There are two versions of this. There are really 12 galaxies where each galaxy has a sun. That's one version. The other version is the same sun, when he moves into each house, 12 houses, he gains a different identity in each. A different identity in each. And in each is called with different names. This is one version. So he says, amongst these 12 Adityas, I am Vishnu. Vishnu is the best of the Adityas. Jyotisham Raviram Shumam. Amongst the lights, I am the radiant sun. Marichir Marutamasmi. Maruts are 49 in number, the wind gods. Amongst them, the very pleasant wind is Marichi. I am Marichi, Marutamasmi. Nakshatranam aham shashi. Amongst the stars, I am the moon. I am the stars, I am the moon. Vedanam samavedosmi. Devanam asmi vasavaha. Indriyanam manaschasmi. Bhutanam asmi chetana. Amongst the Vedas, I am Samaveda because it is musical. It is sweet and pleasant to listen. Devanam asmi vasavaha. Amongst the senses, devas, the illuminators, I am Indra. Indra is the Devaraja. Indriyana manaschasmi. Amongst the senses, I am the mind. Senses are 5 in number: eyes, ears, nose, skin, tongue. But he says, amongst the senses, I am mind. Many places it is considered mind is also as a sense organ, because without the mind, the senses cannot function. Eyes cannot see without the mind. Ears cannot hear without the mind. So mind becomes inseparable with the senses. Therefore, it's called sixth. In Tamil, that's why they call it Aravadarivu. Bhutanam asmi chetana. I am the intelligence amongst the living beings. I am the intelligence. Means sentiency, the knowing capacity. Rudranam Shankaraschasmi. There are 11 Rudras, Ekadash Rudras. Amongst that, I am Shankara. Shem, auspicious. Karaha, one who makes you and gives you auspicious things. Shankaraschasmi. Vittesho Yakcharakshasam. Amongst the treasurers, Lord of wealth, I am Kubera. Vasuna Pavakaschasmi. Among the Vasus, the primary elements, I am Agni. Meruhu Shekarinamaham. Amongst the Merus, mountains, the peaked ones, I am Meru. Meru is a mythological mountain. If you have the time to contemplate on the details that you can get on Meru, you will realize it is the self, the Atman. Like in Aditya Hrudayam, the Aditya that was referred in the Aditya Hrudayam is yourself only. Purodhasam chamukhyam mam vidhi partha brahaspatim. Purodhasam, amongst the Purohits. Purohits, hit means good. Purohit, the one who sees your welfare much ahead and guides you. He is called a Purohit. He is called a Purohit. Hit means good. Purohit, the one who sees your welfare much ahead and guides you, is called a Purohit. Amongst them, I am Brihaspati, the Devaguru. Senanayam Aham Skandaha. Amongst the warlords of the gods, I am Skanda. He was born to eliminate Surapadma. And all the gods gave their energies to him. Sarasa must be Sagaraha. Amongst the lakes, I am the ocean. Maharshina Bhruguraham. Giranam asmi Ekamaksharam. Yagnanam Japayagnosmi. Stavaranam Himalaya. Amongst the rishis, Sapta rishis, I am Bhrugu. Bhrugu is such a great rishi. When he kicks the Lord on his chest, Bhagavan didn't feel insulted. In fact, he rubs the feet of Bhrigu and says, my chest is so hard, your feet is so, soft, it must be paining you. So he massages his feet. That is the greatness of Bhrigu. Also, it is said that Lakshmi is his daughter, Bhargavi, right? Maharshina Bhruguraham, Giramasmi Ekamaksharam. Amongst the words, I am the one-lettered Omkara because that contains all the essence of the Vedas. Yagnanam Japayagnosmi. Amongst the Yagnas, I am Japayagna. Stavaranam Himalaya. Amongst the motions, motionless, I am the Himalaya. Amongst the motionless, I am the Himalaya. Ashwattaha Sarva Rukshanam. Amongst the trees, I am the Ashwatta tree, the people tree. Devarshinam cha Naradaha. Amongst the celestial rishis, I am Narada. Gandharvanam Chitraradaha. Amongst the Gandharvas, I am Chitrarada. Siddhanam Kapilo Muni. Amongst the Siddhas, I am Kapila Muni, who is the founder of Sankhya, of Bhagavatam. Bhagavata Sankhya is different from the accepted Sankhya of the 6 philosophies. Shanmata. There is a slight difference in that. Uchchaisravasam Ashwana. Amongst the horses, I am the Uchchaisravasam, that which came from the Milky Ocean when it is being churned. Vidhi Mam Amrutodbhavam. Understand me, born from the ocean of nectar. Airavatam Gajendranam. After that came the Airavata elephant also from the same Milky Ocean, which Indra took. Naranam cha Naradipam. Amongst the humans, I am the king. Amongst the humans, I am the king. Ayudhanamaham Vajram. Amongst the weapons, I am Vajrayudha. Vajrayudha is made out of the Dajiji's bone. The bone, Dadiji's bone. And Narayana Kavacham by Vishwarupa. So it has the strength of Narayana Kavacham and the tapas of Dadiji. Vajram Dhenu Nam Asmi Kamaduk. Amongst the cows, I am Kamadhenu. Prajanaschasmi Kandarpaha. I am amongst the progenitors, I am Manmatha. Sarpanam asmi Vasukaha. I am amongst the Sarpas, I am Vasuki. Sarpa and Naga, there is a slight difference. Nagas are many-headed. Sarpa is single-headed. Sarpa is single. This Vasuki is the one which is used as the churning rope of the Milky Ocean. This Vasuki Sarpa is used as the churning rope by the Devas and Rakshasas when they were churning the Milky Ocean. Anantachasme Naganam. I told you there is a difference. Many-headed is Naga. So amongst the Nagas, I am Ananta. Anantachasmi. Balram ji is an avatar of Ananta. Varuno Yadasamaham. Amongst the water gods, I am Varuna. Pitrunam asmi. Pitrunam Aryama Jasmi. Amongst the Pitrus, I am Aryama. Yamaha Samyamtamaham. Amongst the various people, disciplinarians, who control things, I am Yama. He levels all. However a great criminal he is, however great saint he is, however rich one is, however poor one is, Yamadharmaraja levels all. Prahladaschasmi Daityanam Kalaha Kalayatamaham Mruganam cha Mrugendroham Vayanateyascha Pakshinam. Amongst the Rakshasas, Daityas means Diti's children. I am Prahlada, he is born to Hiranyagarbha. Kalaha Kalayatamaham. Amongst the reckoners, I am time. Mruganam Mrugendroham. Amongst the various bees, I am the lord of them, the lion. Vayanateyascha Pakshinam. Amongst the birds, I am Garuda. Pavanaha Pavataschasmi. Amongst the purifiers, I am the wind god. Ramaha Shastrabdamaham. Amongst the wielders of weapons, I am Rama. Jashana Makaraschasmi. Amongst the fishes, I am the shark. Srotasamasmi Jahnami. Amongst the rivers, I am Ganges. Sargana Adirantascha Madhyaha Chaivaha Marjuna Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam Vadaha Pravatatamaham. In creation, and the beginning, middle, and end. Because all creation is a superimposition of forms on the one eternal truth. The one eternal truth itself, without changing, allows itself to appear as many forms. And therefore, he is the beginning, middle, and end. Like gold is the beginning, middle, and end of all ornaments. Like water is the beginning, middle, and end of all waves and bubbles. Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. Amongst all the knowledges, I am the Adhyatma Vidya, Brahma Vidya, because every knowledge gives you a limited power over the external world, how to exploit it and use it for your benefit. But they are all finite. But Adhyatma Vidya gives you the infinite. Therefore, it's the best of the Vidyas. Vadaha Pravadatamaham. Amongst the various means of discussions, I am Vada. Amongst the Vadas, I am Vada. See, there are 4 types of discussing or arguing. Vitanda, whatever you say is wrong. Jalpa, whatever I say is right. Vada, share knowledge. Share knowledge. Discuss. It's not you are wrong or I am right. Discuss. That's called Vada. That Vada, that discussion, when it's done with great understanding, humility, only purpose is to know the subject, becomes dialogue. It's not even an argument. It's a dialogue. That's called Samvada. We get in every end of the chapter, Krishna Arjuna Samvade. It's a dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. Aksharanam Akarosmi. Amongst the letters, I am Akara. In all the languages of the world, the first letter is A, because when you open the mouth to say something, it starts with A. And remove A, no letter can stay. Ka, cha, they can all be pronounced only with ik plus A, ka. Ik plus A, ga. So A is necessary for all pronunciations. Akaranam, aksharanam, akarosmi. Dvandvaha, samasikasycha. Amongst the compounds, I am Dvandva, because that unites Rama Lakshmana, Bharata Shatrugna, right? Lavakusha, that unites. So therefore, amongst the compounds, I am Dvandva. Ahame Vakshaya Kalaha. I am the one imperishable, infinite time. In Bhagavad it says, I am inside every being as Purusha, the indweller. Outside, I manifest as the time, that which brings change. Antah Purusha Rupi, Bahihi Kala. Outside, I am the Kala, time. Dataham Vishwatmo Mukha. And I am, my faces are all sides of this entire world. And I am the very supporter, dispenser of the entire experiences. Mrityuhu sarvaharachaham udbhavaccha bhavisyatam kirtihi sri vakcha narinam smritihi medha dhruti kshamaha. That which takes off everything is mrityu. Oh, I am suffering this pain, that pain, this problem, that problem. All your problems, all your suffering ends with mrityu, death. So mrityu is not all bad. Right? Your prosperity also ends with mrityu. Your ego also ends with mrityu. Your ego also ends with mrityu. Therefore, mrityuhu sarva harascha aham udbhavascha bhavishyata. Of the future, I am the prosperity. All of us expect in future prosperity. Kirtihi, glory, Sri, prosperity, Nari, vak, speech, Narinam, Smritihi, of the ladies, the memory, Medha, intelligence, Dhrutihi, fortitude, Kshama, endurance. These are all feminine qualities. So all the best qualities here, Bhagavan said, these all belong to the feminine gender. So you can't blame him when he said there in the 9th chapter, Papa Yonayaha. You have to understand it in the context. Because here he says all the best qualities belong to the ladies. Brihat Samaha Tata Samna. Earlier he said amongst the Vedas I am Samaveda. In Samaveda also there are different sections. And in that Brihat Sama is the best amongst the Samavedas. Gayatri Chandrasamaham. I am the meters. I am Gayatri. The 24-letter meter is Gayatri. Actually, the Bhurbhuvasuha is called after the meter, Gayatri meter. Masanam Margasishoham. Amongst the months, I am Margasisha. Rutunam Kusumakaraha. Amongst the seasons, I am the spring. What is going on now? March, April. Right? March, April, spring. Madhu, Madhava. In Sanskrit, those 2 months are called Madhu Masa and Madhava Masa. Masanam Margasishoham Rutunam Kusumakaraha. Madangalil aval Margali. Kalangalil aval Vasantam. Kannadasan has sung. Right? That's what Bhagavan says here. Dyutam Chalayatam Tejas Tejas Vinamaha. Jayosmi Vavasayosmi. Sattvam Sattvatamaham. Sattvam Sattvatamaham. Amongst the frauds, the fraudulent ones, I am gambling. All good things he said. Here one negative thing he is saying. Why? Because all are he. And then he said all good things so that you can reckon. But then why is he bringing here a negative thing and especially gambling? Because to tell Arjuna, that you think you lost in gambling and therefore you have come to this fate. No, that's also my scheme. Your losing in gambling is my scheme. That should be the reason for all adharmas, for Kauravas, to bring it out from them. And I should have a reason to destroy them. Therefore, it is on my own will that you did that gambling. Therefore, I am the gambling in all fraudulent ones. Tejasvinamaham. I am the brilliant splendor amongst the splendid. Jayosmi, victory. Vyavasayosmi, determination. Sattvam, satotamaham. The good in the goodness in the good. Jayosmi, Vyavasayosmi. I am victory. I am determination. They both have a connection. Unless you are resolute, you have a determination, you can't become victorious. Vrishnina Vasudevosmi. Amongst the Vrishni clan, I am Vasudeva. Pandavanam Dhananjaya. Amongst the Pandavas, I am Dhananjaya. Why? He is Arjuna. Arjuna Rujutvat, straightforward. That's why Bhagavan likes him, straightforward. Pandavanam Dhananjaya. Muninam api aham Vyasaha. Amongst the contemplative ones. Muni means Mananasilavan, contemplating ones. I am Vyasa. Kavinam Ushna Kavihi. Amongst the Kavis, poets, I am Sukracharya. Why Sukracharya poet? No, Kavi means one who can see into the future. A poet is one who has total knowledge and who can visualize the future. Sukracharya visualized and advised Bali Maharaj that the one who has come as Vamana is no other than Vishnu. He had that futuristic vision, and therefore Kavinam Ushna Kavihi. Dando Damaitam Nitirasmi Jigishitam Maunam Chevasmi Gukyanam Jnanam Jnanavatamaham. I am the scepter among the punishers. Dandaha, the rod, that scepter that gives the authority. Damayatam asmi, the one who controls things. Niti rasmi jigishitam. I am the statesmanship. I am the statesmanship. I am honesty in the people who wish to win victory. Oh, in the world we are seeing only bad people win. Good people don't win. No. It is your interpretation because you see some glamour with them that they have won. But there is a natural law. When you do something wrong, you cannot be peaceful because it goes against your nature, true nature. You can't sleep. You see they are glamorous. Therefore, you think only evil people are shining. No, shining is different from being peaceful, from being victorious. Mere shining doesn't show it. Right? So, I can also, this is my favorite example, I tell all the people, see any company which has lost more than 100 years, it is based on values. No company which has no values can ever can last more than a few years. Maunam Chaivasmi Gukyana. Amongst the secrets, I am Mauna. Mauna is silence. Silence is not because you don't speak. You don't speak, but mentally go on brooding and write papers after papers with pen. Today I don't speak, but go on writing. That's not Mauna. Mauna comes from the word Mananasilavan. Mananasilavan, one who is contemplative, is called a Muni, and his quality is Mauna. Muni's quality is Mauna. So you become mauna, silent, because you are contemplative. You can't be talking when you are contemplating. So amongst the secrets, I am mauna, when he says, even in normal language, normal these things, if you start telling one person, I am telling you some secret, don't tell anybody, and you tell only your best friend. He similarly tells his best friend. After some time, the secret will come back to you. So if you want to maintain a secret, complete silence. Don't talk about it to anybody. Guhyanam jnanam, amongst the various secrets and the knowledge. Secrets means not that it should not be given. It's not known to people without somebody pointing it out. Without somebody pointing it out. This knowledge of the self, no, you are here, nobody can know without somebody pointing it out. Because it is not something to be seen by the eyes, to be heard by the ears, etc. It has to be felt in you, as the consciousness. So you need a teacher to point it out at least once. Without the teacher pointing it out, you cannot know it. Therefore, it's called Guhya, because the darkness in the cave is created by the very cave itself. That's why it's called Guha. So this darkness of the self to you is created by your own thoughts. Guhyanam jnanam, maunam chaivasma guhyanam. I am the mauna amongst the secrets. Jnanam jnanavatamaham. I am the knowledge amongst the enlightened people. I am the knowledge amongst the enlightened people. Yachapi sarvabhutanam bijam tadaham arjuna. Whatever is there in all beings, I am the seed. Tadaham Arjuna. Natadasti vina yasyan maya bhutam characharam. There is nothing other than me in the past, present, or future. I am the very seed in all things. Existence, life is the seed of all names and forms, past, present, and future. This existence and life is called Bhagavan, eternal consciousness. He is the very seed amongst all the manifestations. And he says, Nantosmi mama divyanam vibhutinam parantapa. There is no end to my glories. Parantapa, Arjuna, yesha tu uddeshataha prokta. I have only given some samples, uddeshataha, some symbolic examples. Vibhutihi vistarato maya. And those things, even those small limited numbers, for an ordinary man, it's expansive. Therefore, vistarato maya, I have told them in detail. And now he says, I will cut it short, he says, Athava bahunaitena kim jnatena tavarjuna vishtabhyaham krishnam ekanshena stito jagat. Why go on talking? I am the one who pervades everything in one bit of me, and I am much, much above all of them. The existence in me, the existence in you, the existence in all is that Bhagavan. All that existence in all names and forms put together is a dot in the total existence, which is Bhagavan. So I am that which is pervading all, yet above all of them. Om Tatsaditi Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishnarjuna Samvade Vibhuti Yogo Nama Dashamodhyayaha. Now, Bhagavan has given us tips how to recognize Him in all things. And now the next meditation is how to see all in Him. How to see all in Him is the next meditation. So that is the 11th chapter. It's easy to see mud in all mud parts. It's easy to see all gold in all ornaments. But it is difficult to visualize all possible names and forms in mud or gold. So the 11th chapter is more difficult than the 10th chapter. That's why Bhagavan says, I will give you Gnana Chakshu. What is Gnana Chakshu? The eye of wisdom. What is that? Intuitive power. When Gurudev says in his commentary in Vivek Chudamani, verse 254, he says that all of us essentially are feelings and understanding. You are different from me, I am different from you because of these feelings and understanding, not because of physical form. They are all the same 5 elements. But the feelings and understanding makes us each distinguish. If they are too diverse, you don't get the exact understanding. They have to be integrated. Swamiji says, you feel what you understand what you feel. Then comes a new power in you, which is called intuition. That is the Jnana Chakshu, the third eye of Shiva. The third eye of Shiva. The 2 eyes are Para and Apara. And the third eye burns all distinctions, including Jiva and Ishvara. The third eye, when he opens, all distinctions are burned, and what is left is glory, Aishwarya, ashes, Vibhuti. Vibhuti means glory. Vibhuti means glory. So that third eye is the one which makes you understand the exact import of whatever you want to understand. Otherwise, you will intellectually understand, you will become a Ravana only. Emotionally, you try to feel, you make a mess everywhere. Both should integrate to get the right understanding. That's called Jnana Chakshu. So, Bhagavan gives this Jnana Chakshu to Arjuna to be able to see all names and forms in Bhagavan, like to be able to see all ornaments in gold. You need this intuitive faculty to be able to see all names and forms in mud. You need intuitive faculty. But to see mud in all parts, to see gold in all ornaments is less difficult. That's not all that difficult. So the 11th chapter is ahead of the 10th chapter in meditation. This is called Vishwarupa Darshana. So how does Bhagavan give the Gnana Chakshu to Arjuna? You know hypnotism also, you know. For the time being, they can control your mind. So like hypnotist, Bhagavan can, through his yogic power, can stun the mind of Arjuna for a moment and focus it towards the essence in all names and forms. That power to hypnotize Arjuna is in Bhagavan. And through that, what he does do? How do you see all forms in gold? Take off all these spaces between all ornaments. You can see them all in gold. But if space is gone, there won't be form. How can? No. Supposing you make, Swamiji says, a cat, a dog, a house in wax, and finally you try to squeeze them into wax ball. you will not completely miss them. You will see a tail of the cat, head of the monkey there. Like that, you get a picture. So Bhagavan says, I shall give you this intuitive power through which you can see all things in me. Sucking out the concept of time and space, because it is this time and space that make divisions. Temporarily, Bhagavan, through his power, sucks out this time and space concept. You can see all things in him. Arjuna Vacha Madanagrahaya Paramam Gukyamadyatma Sangnitam Yatvayoktam Vachastena Mohoyam Vigato Mama. My delusion of this world, of me, all that is gone through your words, which you have given to me out of your grace, your compassion. Gukyam, which cannot be known by others. Adhyatma Sangamtam, called the Adhyatma knowledge. Madanagrahaya, for my benefit, for my welfare, out of compassion to me, Paramam, the supreme Gukyam, Yat Vaya Uktam, what is said by you, Vachaha, through words, Tena, by that, Ayam Mohaha Vigato Mama, this Moha, this delusion of mine is gone. I have now realized, Bhavapyau hi bhutanam, Srutau vistarasho maya. I have realized that you are the very origin and dissolution of all beings. And I have heard it from you itself, directly, in all details. Tvattaha kamalapatraksha mahatmyapapi cha avyayam. All these have emanated from you, and I have heard all that. And your infinite, inexhaustible greatness. Evam etad yadatta tvam atmanam parameshwara drashtumichami te rupam aishwaram purushottama. O Lord, your rupam aishwaram, your lordly form, aishwara, aishwarya comes from the word Isha. Isha, one who governs, one who controls. Aishwaryam, this controlling, this lordly power of yours, this lordly form of yours, in which everything is there, because you said, see the mud in all parts. If mud is the essence of all parts should be in the mud. When you said, see the mud in all parts, that's an intellectual exercise. But I want a subjective experience. If I want that, I must be able to see all forms in mud. So kindly help me to see all these different forms in you. Tvattaha kamalapatracha mahatmyapi chavyayam evametad yadatta tvam atmanam parameshwara drashtumichami te rupam aishwaram purushot. That lordly form of yours, in which all this entire manifest world is there, I would like to see Purushottama. And suddenly he feels, this is little too much what I asked him. He becomes humble. Supposing I come to your house, you say, we belong to the royal family, we have in our house jewelry coming from hereditary 1,000 years, 20, 30 generations jewelry are there in our house. We are keeping them. And when they say that, it's good. But you can't suddenly say, can you see me, show me that? It's not proper. They have said it out of love for you. But you can't say, I want to see all of them. So Arjuna also feels, probably I've crossed my limits. So he says, Manyase yadi tatchakyam. One thing is that. Second thing, whether I am capable of seeing it. One, it's not correct, I should have asked. Second, whether I have the power to see even when you show. Tatchakyam maya drashtumiti prabho yogeshwaraha the Lord of all the yogas, the powers. Tataha, therefore, me tvam darshaya atmanam avyayam. You yourself, because others cannot do it. Show yourself to me by yourself. Show your real essential self by yourself for me to have your vision. Vishwarupa Darshana. Ihaikastam. And then Bhagavan answers, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Pashya me partha rupani shatashota sahasrashaha nana vidhani divyani nana varna krutani cha partha Arjuna Pashya see rupani different forms shatashaha atasahasra in hundreds and thousands. In spiritual literature, hundreds and thousands means countless, infinite numbers, countless. Nana vidani, different types, divyani, resplendent, nana varna kritani cha, of different hues and forms, of different hues and forms. You can see them all in me, the colors and shapes. To start with, I shall give you the easier ones because they are big and luminous. Pashyadityan vasun rudran ashvinau marutattada bahuni adrusta purvani pashya acharyani bharata. In me, see all the gods, starting with Aditya, sun god, Vasun, the various Vasus, 8 Vasus are there, Rudrani, Ekadasha Rudraha, Ashwinaha, the twins, Marutastada, the 49 wind gods, Bahuni, Adrusta what you have not seen earlier, Pashya, Ascharyani, Bharata. See all those wonderful things. Swamiji gives a definition of what is Ascharya. Normally, when I see that, I say as a chair, because earlier I have seen a chair, this resembles a chair. So the moment I see, my mind says that's a chair. So what I see is defined by my intellect. My eye sees, my mind, intellect defines. If something I see, my mind and intellect is not able to define, that's a wonder. I see something, but I have no explanation. That's called a wonder. So you will see many things of that wondrous nature in me. Ihaikastam jagat krishnam pasya adya sacharacharam mama dehe gudakesha yachanyad drashtumarsasi. By my grace, now I am showing the entire manifold universes in me in one place. Jagat Ekastham. In one place I will show you. Mama Dehe in my body. You have to be vigilant. Therefore, you have to be conqueror of sleep. That's called Gudakesha. Yacha Anyad Drashtumas. Not only what I show you, if you want to see something else also, you ask me, I will show you. Not only what I show you, you feel you need to see something more, you ask me, I will show you. Natumam shakyase drashtum anenaivat swachakshusa divyam dadamite chakshuhu pashyame yogamaishwaryam. But you will not be able to see with this physical eye. You need an intuitive eye for that. Temporarily, I cannot make it a permanent affair. Temporarily, through my yoga power, I can give you that power of intuition to be able to see all in me. Sanjay Uvacha Eva Mukta Tato Rajan Mahayogeshwaro Harihi Darshaya Masa Parthaya Paramam Rupa Maishwaram. So saying, Bhagavan shows him the Aishwarya, that is the lordly form to Arjuna, the Vishwarupa Darshana. What does Arjuna see there? Aneka Vaktra Nayanam, Aneka Adbhuta Darshanam, Aneka Divya Bharanam, Divya Neko Dyutayudham. Aneka. The simple translation is Aneka, numerous, plenty. Means what? We cannot count. All that we can say is, it's not one. Eka, Aneka, it's not one. That's all we can say. We cannot tell the number. It's innumerable. Aneka Vaktram, faces, Nayanam, mouths, Vaktram, mouths, Nayanam, eyes, Anekadvata Darshanam, with numerous wonderful sights, Aneka Divyabharanam, numerous celestial ornaments, Divya Aneka Udyatayudham, and several divine weapons uplifted for action unto this world now, because Bhagavan is in a mood of destroying adharma. Divya Malyambaradharam, Divya Gandhanulepanam, Sarvascharyamayam Devam Anantam Vishwato Divya Malya garlands, Ambara clothes, Divya Gandha scents, all not ordinarily available on earth. They are all resplendent, divine garlands, divine dress, divine fragrances, anulepanam, and things that can be anointed like gandha and all that. Sarvascharyamayam, wonderful things, devam, anantam, vishwatomkam. I shall show you that resplendent God, boundless, with faces on all sides. Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhaved Yugapadititha Yadibha Sadrushi Sa Syat Bhasastasya Mahatmana. How was that experience? If 1,000 suns at one time come, how should be the light? In fact, you can't see. Bhagavan's form at that time was as splendor as simultaneous 1,000 suns emitting their light. Yadiva sadrushi syat bhasastasya mahatmanaha. That Mahatma, that great God, this thing at that time was equivalent to 1,000 radiant suns. Dawn at one moment. Tatrekastam Jagat Krishnam Pravivaktam Anekadaha Apashyat Devadevasya Sharire Pandavaha Tatha. Then Pandava at that time Tada saw Ekastam in one place, Pravivaktam Anekada, divided as many. In that Devadevasya, the Lord of the Lords Sharire, in that body Pandava saw. Tataha sa vismayavistaha Hustaroma Dhananjaya Pranamya Shirasa Devam Krutanjali Rabhashata. When you see that form, humility automatically comes. So Arjuna became humble. Krutanjalihi, with folded hands, Abhashata, Pranamya Shirasa, bowing down his head. Arjuna started Vismaya Vistaha, overpowered by wonder, Rustaroma, hair standing erect, Dhananjaya, that Arjuna started glorifying the Lord. Arjuna Vacha Pashyabi Devans Tava Deva Dehi Sarvans Tata Bhuta Vishesha Sanghan Brahmanamisham Kamalasanastham Rushishcha Sarvan Uragancha Divyan. Pashyami, I am able to see Devan, those resplendent gods, Tava Deva Dehi, in your divine resplendent body, Sarvan, everything, Tata, Bhuta Vishesha Sangha, all the innumerable beings, Not merely that, Brahmanam, the Chaturmukha Brahma. I am seeing Chaturmukha Brahma, Brahmaji, Isham, Shiva, Kamalasanastam, Isham, sorry, Brahmanam, that Chaturmukha Brahma, Isham, the Lord, it is not Shiva, Isha, the Lord, Kamalasanastam, who is sitting on the lotus, Rishis Sarvan, Uragancha Divya, all the Rishis, Sapta Rishis, and all celestial divine serpents. Swamiji explains, starts talking about Brahma, Rishi. Suddenly he says serpents. Why does he come down so much? Having started Brahmaji, Rishis, suddenly comes down to serpents. Why? Just to show us from the sublime to the ridiculous, all are his expressions. From the sublime to the ridiculous, all are his expressions. Aneka bahudara vaktra netram pashyami tvam sarvato nantarupam nantam namadyam napunastavadim pashyami vishveshwara vishwarupa. Aneka bahu, countless mouths, countless stomachs, countless arms, countless eyes. Bahu, Udara, Vaktra, Netram. Bahu, arms. Udara, stomach. Vaktra, mouths. Netram, eyes. Why? All mouths belong to him. All stomachs belong to him. All eyes belong to him. Pashyami tvam sarvato anantarupam. I see you on all directions. That endless form. Na antam, I don't see its beginning. Na madhyam, no middle. Na panastavadim, I don't see its end. I don't see its middle. I don't see its beginning. Pashyami Vishveshwara Vishwarupa. I am seeing the Lord of the universe, your manifold form. Also, not merely I see, I am also seeing the familiar form of yours. Kiritinam, Gajanam, Chakrinam cha, Tejo Ravashim, Sarvato, Deeptam Anantam. Pashyami Tvam Durnariksha Samanta, Deeptan Alarka, Dvitimak Prameyam. I am seeing Shankachakra Hasta, Chatur, the Chaturbahu Vishnu. What cannot be seen because of its luster. It's like Arka, the blazing sun. Anala, fire, the blazing fire, the blazing sun, Arka. And what type of sun? What type of fire? Aprameyam. Such that which has no comparison at all. It is incomprehensible. And so he was talking all along with a different dimension. And the same Lord is also in our familiar form of gods. Shankachakra Hasta. He is the same Lord. And also, he is the ultimate Brahman. That he says now, Tvamaksharam paramam veditavyam tvamasya vishwasya param nidhanam tvamavyaya shashvata dharma gopta sanatanastvam purusho mato me. Tvam aksharam, that imperishable, paramam, supreme, veditavyam, to be known in each one, for him to experience deathlessness and bliss. If you want to experience your divine being beyond death, beyond sorrow, it has to be known by you, in you. Because you are the Tomasya Vishwasya Param, you are the very substratum of all these manifold forms, and you are imperishable. Abhyayaha, Shashvataha, permanent, Dharma Gopta. You are the one who protects all the laws of world and nature. Sanatanaha, you are the most ancient, the very origin of time. You are timeless. Purushaha Mato Me. You are that Purusha, the indweller in all names and forms, in my opinion. Okay, we shall see the rest of it next week in the 11th chapter. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namah Hari Om. I think we will have another 6 classes to finish 15th chapter. I will be stopping with 15th chapter because that's what I've been doing for years. At the first, this thing, because Gita starts with the 11th verse of the 2nd chapter and the real subject ends with the 15th chapter. 16, 18 things are certain details which were not talked earlier and you may need like appendix. But the main subject ends with the 15th chapter. If I do all 18 together, it will be difficult for you to study and internalize. You will be having so many things. So I stop with 15, give you some time. Earlier, I used to give even 4 or 5 years. After that, finish 16, 17, 18. Here, I may not take that much time. A few months' time. You try to master these 15 chapters. After that, I may take, even if I don't take, if you have mastered 15 chapters, 16, 17, 18, you can by yourself understand them. Reading them, you can understand. So I am stopping with 15, and that will be another 6 classes, right? So after that, we will have a gap, and when God wills, do 16, 17, 18. But I will just give you a gist of that. Right now, I can tell you, 16th chapter talks about what is a materialist, who is a materialist, and who is a spiritualist. Deva, Asura. Deva, enlightened one. Asura, one who is attached to matter. That we all know, the way in which we, I am this much worth, I have this many people, I have finished this many people, all this is Asura, right? Qualities. That is 16th chapter. 17th chapter, Arjuna asks a pertinent question. Somebody has very good faith, but he doesn't know all the Shastras. Is he lost? He doesn't know so much Shastras, but his faith is good. For him to understand what is good faith, Bhagavan talks about the faith as Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna, and many other things as Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna, so that not only you can know whether your faith is Sattva or not, you can, as Gurudev said, change the gears. You can lift yourself tamas to rajas, rajas to Sattva, and from Sattva beyond Sattva. You can make it happen. Therefore, that is given. 18th chapter, the same Sattva Rajogu Tamo Guna said there are 2 more factors. We continuously have heard of Tyaga and Sannyas. What is the difference between Tyaga and Sannyas? Tyaga, sacrifice, leaving your attachment to fruits. Sannyasa is leaving your sense of doership and enjoyership. Ego. So, leaving attachment to fruits is Tyaga. Leaving sense of doership and enjoyership is called sannyasa. So the difference between Tyaga and sannyasa is explained. And then how to live with this doership and enjoyership through surrender. Some beautiful verses are there. One of them, 2 of them Gurudev insisted. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hrudi tishtati Arjuna brahmayan sarva bhutani yantra rodhanam. That Ishvara is sitting in everybody's heart and makes everybody move as though mounted on a machine. And another thing, sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam praja. Leaving all your concerns, cares and thoughts of all body, mind, intellect. Focus on me. You will be freed from all sins. Moksha ishyami ma suchaha. That is the These two are the verses which talks us how to renounce. So that is the entire 18th chapter, 16, 17, 18, which after mastering up to 15, you yourself can understand. Otherwise, if God willing, I can also take up later. So up to 15th chapter, I need only another 6 classes. I'll be finishing. Right? Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyati Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyati. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.